Okay, hi guys. This is going to be the first video which I'm going to post on. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about some attack strategies in Clash of the Clans in the hope that you guys can essentially emulate them and make good attacks and make 2-star and 3-star attacks on a regular basis. So this is the base that I attacked in the clan war, and I got 3 stars on it in the end because I spent some time planning the attack, and I knew what I was going to do, and I was pretty confident on that. So what this is basically trying to, I mean, I've done attacks like this quite a lot. I mean, I've played for a long time. I played for 2 years, and in the first year and a half I spent in a serious war clan. I mean, we were 3-star all the Town Hall 9s and 2-star all the Town Hall 10s. And so what I basically want to do is help you guys to achieve the same, because it's not that difficult. I mean, an attack like this is not hard to pull off. It's not really to do with skill. It's just to do with knowing what the principle behind the attack is, and then looking for whether the base will be susceptible to it, and then attacking. So in this base, you'll notice that a lot of the defenses. So okay, I'll change the color of this because we can't really see it. So okay, so a lot of the defenses. So this was an air attack, and I decided to do this because if you look at all these defenses, all the defenses are finding that they all target the air defenses. So if we had something on the air defenses, then all of these defenses, they wouldn't target anything other than the thing that was on the air defense. And so that's where the idea for this attack comes. It's called the Pentalavaloonion. So you use 5 lava hounds, which are the golems of the sky, I think, basically. They have a lot of health, and they fly straight to the air defenses. So if you deploy them there, they would go there, and they would go there. And then they just sit there. And whilst they're sitting there, they'll just be targeted by all of these defenses. So that archer tower, that archer tower, that. They all, and the queen, most importantly, they'll all target the lava hounds which are standing on the air defense. So that means that your balloons can then fly around basically unharmed. They won't get harmed by the air defenses or any of these defenses because they're all targeting the lava hounds, because that's how the targeting system on Clash of Clans works. So that's what you look for when you look to Pentalavaloonion in a base. You look for a base where all of the defenses that can hit air will target the hounds when they're standing on the air defences. So with the Pentalavaloonion, obviously you're using five lava hounds. So the first thing to think about is basically you send your three lava hounds in on the side of the queen. That's just because she does a bit of extra damage per second, and also because you want to destroy her as soon as you can. So when they explode and they give birth to their little puppy things, then you kill her. The other thing is to remember, obviously, that the clan castle will come out, and that's another thing that you need to remember. So when you've then sent these hounds in, so you sent 3 in there, 2 in there. The way to send these in is to send them in kind of like this. So one comes here, one comes here, one comes here. One goes that line, one goes that line, and that's because all of these little spaces here, they can have air traps in them, and you don't want those air traps to hit your balloons, because you've not got many balloons. You only end up having 20 balloons when you're using 5 lava hounds if you have a lava hound in the clan castle. So okay, you sent in these lava hounds and they're happily sitting here. Then what you want to be doing is basically you want to clear all the defenses out. So you want to send balloons on that, 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 balloons on that. They're all targeting that first air defense, so they'll be fine. So what I did was I sent 2 balloons on there, 2 balloons on there, because then what they're going to do, you see the path of them, they're going to go from there to there. They'll probably die there, but that's okay, because what we want is for these balloons to come from around here, sweep round straight down the base, down here. So if that wasn't going to happen, it's very well that these balloons could destroy that, and then these balloons here would go here, and that's not what you want to happen. What you want to happen is you want them to take out the air defenses as soon as they can. So you're deploying the balloons so that you're channeling your balloons, you're funneling them straight down the middle of the base. Sorry, to destroy these air defences. Okay, so now you've got your balloons going in. Then what do you do with spells? Okay, so spells-wise, the primary objective of the spells is to get the buildings destroyed. So what you want to do you want to drop a rage there and a rage there. That kills the air defences, and it rages the balloons for the mortars for all these buildings around here. Also, more importantly, it rages the lava pups when the hound is destroyed. It rages the lava pups, and they will then start targeting the queen, hitting the queen, and she will start dying because she can cause a lot of damage to your attack. The other thing is, obviously, the lava hounds will also kill the clan castle troops that are going to come out and harass your hounds. So then the balloons are going to be moving down. So they're going to be moving down here. This air defence is destroyed. This air defence is destroyed. Not too much trouble. You should have some hounds left. So the hounds moved to here. What I then did there was I now knew that these archer towers were going to be targeting those. So I sent in some balloons there and there. Because otherwise the path that the balloons were going to have to take, they're all going to go into here now, from here. So they're basically all going to end up on this air defence. And then they would split pretty much evenly between those two defences, between the mortar and the wizard tower on either side. And then they would probably end up, the ones from the wizard tower going there, the ones from the mortar will split between there and there. And that's just lots of time when the archer towers are targeting them and they could be dying. So for safety's sake, basically, I sent in these balloons from the end. So I saved a few for the end, because really, when the balloons bunch like they do in this attack, you don't need any more than I've already sent in. So what we then do, we send in the second rage. These air defences are really close together, actually. If the air defences were further apart, say here, you'd want the rage to be on the edge of the air defence, so that when you drop the rage, when the balloons get there, they're killing the air defence under range, because they've got quite a lot of health. So then your balloons are moving down, they're moving through, your hounds are moving through. These guys are under rage, they destroy the air defences, they move out here. On some bases, you can save some balloons for the end to send in there, and then that'll take down the last few defences. And then basically everything cleans up. And if you've got both your heroes, you probably want to send one side, one the other side. And after all of that, they should clean the base up. This is actually a really quick attack because of all the rage spells. So now I've gone through all the theory basically of that attack that I did. That was all of the stuff that I thought. I'm now basically going to go and we're going to watch the attack, and I'll highlight all the things that happen during the attack. How I planned them to happen and how I knew the AI would work. So I haven't actually spread my hounds. That was one thing I should have done. I should have sent my hounds in from bigger angles to soak up air bombs that could have been in these spaces. So now I'm sending the balloons on each defence. So they target each defence, so I sent them into the arch towers to funnel them in. I've not sent them all in. There go the rages on top, and you see that already these lava pups are starting to target the queen, they're starting to target the clan castle, and the balloons are starting to move on. The second rages go down, again for a similar purpose. These lava pups are they're already sorting some defensive buildings out, and they're already targeting. So the balloons at the end just help to clean up the last defences, and now the lava pups, actually fortunately they began to target the queen, but after the rage, you saw how quickly her health went down when they were in the rage, but actually without the rage they're not that powerful. So that's why you need to get the rage down, and maybe waiting on the rage there might have helped. I think I might have popped it a bit early because the balloons were still waiting up at the top, but now it's basically just good game, well played. Like that's the end of the raid, because that's all he can do. All his defences are down. So I hope that's helped, and I hope that you can make some attacks like that in the future.